So yeah, I decided to uh, take a wellness day today because, well, a lot of stressful shit going on. It's like, just take a day off. So fortunately, I can afford that because I have a decent job and I get vacation and all that. But so yeah, once in a while, you just gotta, I think, get to the point where it's like, nope, just got to get away from it for a day. I mean, I'll make up the time, tomorrow and Sunday. I've got plenty of work to do, way too much work to do, but just needed a day to just kind of do nothing. So that's what I'm here for. Mr. Pliskin, hello, Snake. How's it going, man? Yeah, happy Friday. It is 1:49 p.m. Central Time, August 19th, 2022. So good to see y'all. Hope you're having a good Friday, and maybe the weekend will be good for you. Have a little fun, do something other than get stressed out about work. Harry Kuhn is here. Hello, Harry. Good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hello. I think you're in England, right? So it's good evening for sure. Let's see. What is the time in England? It is 7:49 p.m. in London. So if Harry's in England, I think he is. Wow. Time to hit the pubs. Go have some pints. That's what I would be doing. Probably. But nah. Oh, he's in Deutschland. Okay. In Germany. Yeah. It's even later. But not too much, though. Not too much. Anyway, so I do love to work, Brandon. I do. Hello, Mr. Trueblood. Oh, God. Yeah, it was a long, well, don't have to get into it too much, but it was a interesting day yesterday. And I just basically said to my supervisor, I'm not coming in tomorrow. So, and I think he was perfectly happy with that. Midnight Runner 04 here. Hello. Just, let's see. Let's just give them everything because, well, of course. Otherwise, you hate women. Mr. Pliskin, on max flow depend. It brings up something interesting as well. While we're on this topic, and no, I'm not drinking. I'm drinking water. I just needed to get away from everything, and that includes having beers. No. Just relax. Peter Ozlowski, in I believe Peter's in Florida. Cannot spell. So if we're going to hand out free tampons, what else is going to be coming down the pike? As someone said here, Mr. Pliskin, the snake, how much are depends? I mean, they're expensive, right? Shouldn't they be free as well? Yeah. What about diapers for children? Diapers are damn expensive. Well, we should make those free too, because poor women in Scotland, a first world country in the West, apparently cannot afford €10 a month. I suppose it's 10 to buy a box of tampons. So let the government pay for it. Excuse me, Amster, the government doesn't pay for anything. It's the taxpayer. Bingo. Bingo. That is correct. So let's play the video. I just found out about this the other day. I mean, this has been floating around for a couple of years, and it's finally implemented. So the the women in Scotland are safe now. They can get their free, look at $1.49, or what is that? £1.40 pound for, how do you say it? £1.49. Is that how they say it in England? So Scotland is the first country on earth to provide free period products. Not really. There are other countries that do offer this to their females already. But that's okay. It's okay. We'll just say Scotland's the first. Gigapack.
This act will be the first piece of legislation in the world to provide free period.
I wish I could zoom in on the writing under Shona's name. Shona Robison is the Scottish Minister for Social Justice. Now, wouldn't one imagine that if you're dealing with sort of a health issue for women with periods and tampons and stuff, it would be maybe the health ministry or no. Not this time. This is the Scottish Minister for Social Justice. Apparently, free tampons is social justice. I'm gonna have to talk to Goodfella. What the hell's going on in your country, man? What's going on?
Product provision to those who need it, and for women and girls in the current cost of living crisis, actually, this makes a huge difference.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good, because that way, the women themselves, they don't have to adult now in Scotland. They can just let somebody else pay for their shit in these hard economic times. Apparently, that's okay though. 5 million, 6 million people in Scotland. This is going to cost taxpayers. Well, I'm sure they don't all pay tax, but if everybody did, it would cost them around 40 pounds a year. Except, for women who get the free shit. They don't have to pay for the period products.
And being able to pick up free period products from a range of outlets, whether it's schools, colleges, universities, lots of different venues, to be able to make it as easy as possible.
Now, I can understand the point of view, and I don't have to go through a long story. You can imagine there's a young girl, never had her period. She's in school, 12 years old, 13 years old. Boom, hits. She's not prepared. Yes, you should have tampons available for those emergency situations. Of course. I mean, you got to, it happens. It just, having stocking aspirin or Band-Aids or some other thing, right? That's what you would do. But see, they're taking these rather rare examples of things. Well, the young girl didn't know she was going to get her period, whatever. And they're going to make it free for everybody in Scotland. Why don't they make it free in those certain instances, right? An emergency situation. No. One starts to wonder, don't you? Is this all just a grift to get more and more and more free shit for women? It almost kind of looks that way, doesn't it? I know. All right, last week, yeah. Including tampons and sanitary pads to whomever might need them. Usually women who possess vaginas. See, but they got to dance around this whole transmission business, don't they? So let's just see here. I hope I'm not sharing this window, am I? Let me go back. No, okay. I'm just going to look up what a package of tampons costs in Edinburgh or Glasgow, Scotland. Cost of Tampax. Let's see if we get some ads here. No, it has to be Scotland. Search only for Glasgow, Scotland. Cost of Tampax. Whatever. Let's see. One box of 32 tampons, it says here, is £3.78. So that's 32 of them, right? Now, I'm no expert on the female anatomy by any stretch of the imagination, or I don't know much about periods because I'm not a female, but you'd think 32 would probably last you at least a couple of months, right? I mean, I don't know how many of these things are used. What's a period? Like 5 days? So you have to use 15 during a period, something like that. I'm sure the box size is in particular, they picked 32 for a reason, right? So it's convenient. You buy one package, you get 2 months, you have to deal with it. So you're talking like a pound and 3/4 for a month of tampons. And super women, the Wonder Women of Scotland apparently can't afford to,
For those who are
men don't have to pay for period products. It's unfair. Well, men don't get periods, so why would we want to? Well, guess what, guys in Scotland, you get to pay for them now too.
Accessing like schools,
isn't that great?
Colleges, universities, they'll be available within toilet facilities.
I kind of wish, Shona, the Scottish Minister of Social Justice, I wish maybe there was an app,
for example, but there's also a really good app called.
Oh my God! Look at that, son of a bitch!
Pick Up My Period app that is freely available to download, and you just go on your area, and it tells you the range of cafes locally, different community buildings that will have a range of period products available
for free. Now, here's the problem as I see. Number one, you've got poor, destitute females in Scotland. They can't afford a couple, 3 pounds every month or so for tampons, but they have $1,000 iPhone. How does that really work? How does that really work? Now, did you see the other problem with this? See, look at the app. Let's get back to it if I can find it. Okay, here it is. Here's the app.
And it tells you the range of...
So not only do you have a $1,000 phone, remember, poor, destitute women, they can't afford their own tampons. So we got to do it for them, courtesy of the Scottish taxpayer. Not only do they have a $1,000 phone, they have to pay a monthly fee to keep said phone going. I don't know what it costs in Scotland, but the US, $50 to $100, depending on if you're, paying for the phone over time. And people who have the $1,000 phone and they got the $50 to $100 subscription to the phone so you can use it. You got the internet obviously on there. You got the whatever. Can't afford $3 a month. And so we're going to pay for it. For them. For the poor, destitute women. On one hand, they can't afford period products because they're $3 a month. On the other hand, they're strong, powerful. You go, girl. We don't need fishes, bicycles. We don't need no stinking man. I make my own money and I make my own rent, but I'm not going to pay for my own tampons because why should I? Why should I? Why shouldn't men in Scotland have to pay for my tampons and other women? Why not? So in this horrible economy, poor women can't afford $3 a month, but the taxpayer of Scotland will kick out at least that or more. Now, does anyone else see anything wrong with this app here? Let's see if we can get a good shot. Okay, it looks like there's one here, and it gives you apparently the route where to go. Where does I would download it on the phone. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I'm into this stuff, but not that much. Oh, all right. So it's kind of like Google Maps. It shows you in a red droplet, apparently, where you can go get your free tampons around Edinburgh, right? So there's a bunch of places there with the droplets. Here's the problem. These women are poor, destitute. What if they have to actually take a bus? What if they have to pay some coin to get on a bus to go to one of these places to get their free tampon? You're trying to be you're oppressing women here. You're expecting them to pay to get something for free. That's unacceptable. So what they should do, they should make up a Instacart for pick up my period stuff. So that way you just get on your $1,000 phone that you're paying $100 a month to keep going, and you can just dial in your address and free tampons will appear magically at your front door. I mean, isn't that really convenient now? Isn't it?
Period app that is freely available to download, and you just go on your area and it tells you the range of cafes locally, different community buildings that will have a range of period products available.
I mean, what if they don't have your brand? What if they don't have your brand? Maybe you can get the off-brand ones, bring them back to the grocery store and exchange them for the good ones. Right. Scotland's opposition Labour Party lawmaker, Monica Lennon. Okay. Okay, then. Country's parliament passed a bill in 2020. Lennon says affordable access to menstrual products is essential to protecting people's dignity. Again, it's dance around. It's women, you dumbass. It's affordable. It's affordable access. Well, can you think of anything more affordable than free? I mean, geez. But the good thing is that these poor, destitute women, I assume some of them actually have a job and they pay taxes, so they're actually just paying for them anyway. I know. It's crazy. But see, look at the progressive Scotland. Okay, they really care about women in Scotland.
In reality, it means women and girls having to use socks or toilet paper or rags to manage their periods.
But all they have to do is pull out their $1,000 cell phone and see where there are free ones available. No contradiction in this at all. None.
We've had women and girls tell us that they've had to use period products for longer than is safe or hygienic.
That's terrible. So maybe they have shitty parents. Maybe you ought to address that problem.
And it's caused a lot of exclusion. So when I started campaigning on this back in 2016 as a brand new member of the Scottish Parliament,
they should have laughed you out of the building. That would have been my response. It's like, are women strong, powerful adults, or are they help weakless and pathetic? They need help, right?
I had teachers and young people who were talking about what it's like when you can't go to school.
I don't know what it's like, and I don't know who these people are that would not have $3 a month to buy a couple of pads. I don't know who these people are.
Because you're embarrassed or you're afraid to ask mum or dad or a carer for extra money to buy pads and tampons.
You're afraid to talk to your parents that you need spending money to get some tampons. Why don't we find more corner cases? Let's do that. I mean, unless people in Scotland are really different, I kind of doubt it.
Over time,
I'm sure kids are not afraid to ask their father, hey, Dad, could you give me 5? I need to get some tampons. I'm sure that conversation has been had by the majority of people in Scotland.
The government could really see the benefit of doing this.
It's really helped to improve attendance at school. Notice they keep going back to underage children who don't necessarily have jobs, right? They're going to school. That's their career at the moment when they're, under college education. They're not working. But you're going to give pads away to full-grown ass adult women in Scotland for free. When you could have just said, hey, we'll give kids under 18 free tampons because they can't afford it because they don't have a job and their parents suck. Why did no. See, the excuses are used simply to get the grift going through Parliament. See, you got a corner case over here. You got young girls that can't go to school because they don't have tampons. That's the problem. Here's the solution. Give tampons away to all women in Scotland. Well, that's certainly one solution, but wouldn't a better solution be? No. And besides, women have been oppressed by men for millions of years.
Really helped to improve attendance at school, to help people feel valued in the workplace, to help people who have health issues like
to help people feel valued in the workplace. So they have a job and they can't afford £3 to get a box of tampons.
Feel valued in the workplace, to help people who have health issues like endometriosis or other disabilities.
I didn't know that does that take extra pads if you have some of those problems? I don't know. Again, I'm not a female. Maybe we get a real female or even Davina to come in and help us.
So there really are many benefits.
Yeah, they get free shit. I'd say. Other countries like New Zealand and Kenya have made smaller moves. You mean like New Zealand and Kenya may have said, you know what, for children under 18, they can get all the free tampons they want when they're in school. But you grown-ass adult women pay for your own shit. Maybe. And again, Kenya's a pretty good country, but I mean, it's not really the West, but they're doing all right there. New Zealand fully under the, socialism. Just ask Obi-Wan Chicken Kenobi. Yeah. I would say, yes, if you're going to do anything with free for poor kids, do it in the public school, not in college, not in the workplace. Come on. Oh, boy. A 2021 survey of 2,000 women found that 49% of the respondents reported experiencing a lack of access to menstrual products in their pasts. In the past. Yeah, probably true. You know, I couldn't find a Kleenex. I had a nosebleed the other day. So yeah, in the past, I had trouble affording, I guess, tissue. I don't know. Okay. The average person spends $6,300 on period products over the course of their lives. Okay, so that's 40 years, roughly, right? Let's see if the math is correct. Let's just say it's half of that. Make the math easy. So let's see, $3,150. Is that half of that? Okay, call it $3,150, right, over 50 years. $3,150 divided by 50. What's that? $6 a year or $6 a month? maybe I'm completely wrong. Let's see. 50 years, $3,100. Yeah, I think I'm in the ballpark. $6 a year. Is that right? No, $60 a year. $60 a year. Okay. Duh. You're stupid. Yeah, I know. $60 a year. A cell phone costs you $100 a month. Can't afford a... It's ridiculous, people. It's ridiculous. So here you go. You know, free tampons for the folks in Scotland if you need them. Even the transmissions. Carlos B is here. John Smith is in the building. I'm a grumpy old man. Hey, from Australia, down under. Red Pill Pipe Hitter is here. Hamster. I don't have any beers being opened or slammed on the table. That's because I'm not drinking any beer. So, Mohamed is here. Fastak is in the building as well. Hello. Peace be upon you, Mohamed. Easter Sunday. Hello. All right. Let's do another one. Now, I came across. Have you seen the podcast Trigonometry with Constantine and Francis? Pretty good show. They put on a decent show. And they had this gentleman on the show past couple of days. And I put the link in the description. Now, I'm not even going to beat around the bush. I do not like Sam Harris. I think he's one of those fake intellectuals who read way too many books and doesn't really, not all that smart, to be honest with you. That's the way I look at it. Now, he is, however, a massive hater of Donald Trump to the point where he gets irrational. Okay? He's all about rationality. He was a new atheist or whatever, and all that stuff. He's really smart, and he studies neuroscience and brain surgery and all that stuff. But when he talks about Donald Trump, well, he kind of loses his shit. He's also a left-winger, too. Right? He's a Democrat / socialist, whatever. So let's listen in just a little bit here to Sam Harris.
Yeah, but he was great ratings, for a year, for the whole run-up to the 2016 election.
I mean, it's the guy's smugness I really don't like. I mean, I can listen to Christopher Hitchens or Peter Hitchens or whoever for hours, and they could say things I don't agree with. They usually don't, but they could. And I wouldn't think of it. It's like, okay, well, I have a different opinion. This guy is just like, I am so right and you are so wrong. And that's because I'm really like super huge brains. I don't like the guy. I think I made that.
No one has clean hands here. But at the 11th hour,
what they're talking about is the Hunter Biden laptop that nobody bothered to look at.
When who knows how this election is going to go? Who knows what the capacity for disinformation at the last minute to tip the balance is.
Yes.
Then what do you do with the Hunter Biden laptop story when we already know we know how this played out in 2016 with the Hillary Clinton email press conference where
I don't I don't exactly remember that, Sam.
Comey in an abundance of scrupulosity felt like he had to come before
scrupulosity. Is that a word?
The cameras.
Well, it's got to be. It's Sam Harris said it.
10 days out from the election and say, you know, we're going to open up this investigation again because we've got Anthony Weiner's laptop.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Weiner's laptop with the wasn't there top secret classified documents on Weiner's laptop? Yeah, that's nothing. Don't worry about it.
We could see. I mean, again, her failure to become president was overdetermined. She was an appallingly bad candidate.
I agree totally. Yeah.
But in terms of just tracking the poll numbers, you could like that was the killing blow.
No. No. The poll numbers were fake to begin with, Sam. You know that. You're smart enough to know it was all a bunch of bullshit. And unfortunately for Hillary, she believed the bullshit, and they shouldn't have to. I don't have to campaign in Michigan. Well, why would I go there? Those freaking plebs there. They're a bunch of United Auto Workers Union people in that state. I don't have to go. They're going to vote for me because I'm Hillary Clinton.
To her candidacy.
Didn't work out exactly that way, did it?
Right. That final moment. And this was a highly analogous situation.
Not really, no. Not at all. Actually, Sam, you see, if I'm recalling the story right, and I might be wrong, but I believe there were top secret classified documents on this guy's laptop, whoever his name, Weiner. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was some secret material that was on this guy's laptop. Or she was sending out secret material on a different, I don't exactly remember. That's not analogous to shady business dealings, perhaps alleged by a private citizen. That's different, isn't it? It's not even close, actually.
We're going to open up this laptop from hell, and the news cycle for who knows how long is going to be just conceivably just a nuclear bomb of an October surprise.
That's the way politics works. It's a game of sharp elbows, people. That's the way the game is played.
And we're going to get 4 more years of Trump if we actually give this a fair hearing.
But
maybe, yeah.
But you can't do that, Sam. Surely you've got to realize that you've got to be fair. And the thing that I want to
we're all equal before the law.
Yeah, and
aren't we?
And the other
this isn't the law. But
I know it's not the law. But
Yeah.
if you accept my supposition that this is the public square, then it is the law. It is. If it is the public square, then it is law. Now you're arguing it's not the public square, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
I think they were referring to Twitter. Actually, it's a long interview, hour and 36 minutes. So, excuse me. Link is in the description.
That's fine.
So.
Look, why don't we move on? Because I think we've done enough.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
He's
Of
sucked
course.
up a lot of it.
He's got a habit of doing that.
Now here comes the money shot, people. Here comes the money shot.
No, but I'll just say, just finally, I do again. It's like a coin toss for me, the Hunter Biden laptop thing, because I do understand how.
No, it's not a coin toss, Sam. You don't want it to be investigated because you thought if it were, Trump might win. That's why it's not a coin toss. Why are you being so disingenuous, Sam?
Corrosive it is for an institution like the New York Times to show obvious bias and inconsistency and dishonesty in how it's like they couldn't even frame it honestly. It's not like it's like the way I would frame it is, listen, I don't care what's in Hunter Biden's. I mean, Hunter Biden at that point, Hunter Biden literally could have had the corpses of children in his basement. I would not have cared, right?
Why is that, Mr. Harris? Is because you hate Trump that much. You were willing to hide potential, whatever, because you just didn't want Trump to win that badly because he was going to destroy the country, right? Despite lots of evidence that he did, in fact, do pretty good stuff. And let's be honest, Trump lost this not due to this, Biden. It doesn't make he fucked up in the last debate. That was his biggest problem. He screwed the pooch on the last debate. He made Biden look good. That's how badly Trump performed. When I was watching that debate, I swear, I said to myself, does he actually really want to win, or is he just throwing this away? He doesn't want to be president. I don't get it. Trump was not, I don't know what the hell got in his head, but he screwed it up.
Right? It's like there's nothing. First of all, it's Hunter Biden, right? It's not Joe Biden. But even if whatever scope of Joe Biden's corruption is, like if we could just go down that rabbit hole endlessly and understand that he's getting kickbacks from Hunter Biden's deals in Ukraine or wherever else, right?
If that's the case, we don't know, but that's the allegation, not been proven.
Or China, it is infinitesimal compared to the corruption we know Trump is involved in.
Okay, so we're going to list a bunch of things. Sam Harris is going to spell it out for us. This is all of the things that have been proven about the corruption of Donald Trump. And see, that's why it's so much worse than the vice president, potentially, the allegation was getting kickbacks and money and so on and so forth from hostile governments to the United States. Shh, we don't know. I'm not saying it happened. I'm just saying that is the allegations that are floating around. Nothing has been proven.
It's like a firefly to the sun, right? I mean, like there's just it doesn't even stack up against Trump University.
Okay. So of all the corruption, of all the misdeeds and dealings that Donald Trump apparently is guilty of, and there's proof for all of it, Sam Harris is talking about Trump University. Now, I don't know what the hell happened with Trump University. I think he probably lent his name, and then somebody put together a course, and apparently people were unhappy because they weren't getting the attention from Trump or whatever. I don't know. What I do know is that apparently Donald Trump settled the lawsuits, paid the people back, whatever happened. So he really didn't rip anyone off then, did he? Because he paid them back. But go ahead. This is the example that Sam Harris is going to use to show us how evil and corrupt and how so much bigger is the corruption of Donald Trump than Joe Biden alleged corruption, that we're going to use Trump University.
Okay, right. Trump University as a story is worse than anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop.
Do you believe this? Now watch Constantine over here. The steam is starting to come out of his ears, and you'll see why here, and you'll see him shortly.
In my view, right? Now that doesn't answer the people who say it's still completely unfair to not have looked at the laptop in a timely way and to have shut down the New York Post's Twitter account. Like that's just a conspiracy. That's a left-wing conspiracy to deny the presidency to Donald Trump. Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, right.
Did you hear that? Nota bene.
To deny the presidency to Donald Trump. And to have shut down to not have looked at the laptop in a timely way and to have shut down the New York Post's Twitter account. Like that's just a conspiracy. That's a left-wing conspiracy to deny the presidency to Donald Trump. Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, right. But I think it was warranted, right?
So he admits it was a left-wing conspiracy to push under the rug this Biden kid thing, the laptop. But he said it was warranted because he hates Trump that fucking much. That much.
And again, it's a coin toss as to whether or not
Sam, I'm sorry.
That particular piece.
Whoa, Constantine.
Really sorry. I was the one that said we should move on, but you've just said something I really struggle with there, which is
the kids in the basement.
Fuck the kids in the basement. I'm interested in democracy. You're saying you are content with a left-wing conspiracy to prevent somebody being democratically re-elected as president.
That's exactly what he just said, Constantine. Now, Sam, you are you going to backpedal here just a little bit?
Well, no, I'm content. Well, but the thing is, it's not left-wing, right? So Liz Cheney is not left-wing.
The topic of our next video, by the way.
Right. Liz Cheney is doing
Liz Cheney's a rhino. We'll talk more about Liz Cheney. It's like immediately, I don't know if it was BBC or New York Times. Oh, yeah, she's thinking about running in 2024. She couldn't even win in Wyoming. Her own freaking state. 30 or 40 points. She got blown out of the primary, and she's going to run for president. Okay, then.
And with
Everything
a
in her power
conspiracy to prevent somebody
no,
being
but
democratically
it's not
elected.
but there's nothing conspiracy. It's not. It was
The smartest man in the universe, right here.
a conspiracy out in the open. It doesn't.
You may have noticed I really don't like
But it
this
doesn't
guy.
matter if it was. It doesn't matter what part's conspiracy, what part's out in the open. I mean, I think it's like
As long as Trump didn't win, that's all that matters, right, Sam? Am I onto
if
something
people
here?
get together and talk about
Listen
what
to this stupid analogy.
should we do about this phenomenon, if it's like if there was an asteroid hurtling toward Earth, and we got in a room together with all of our friends and had a conversation about what we could do to deflect its course, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a conspiracy?
No, it's a plan of action to try to save your ass. That's not a conspiracy, you dumbass. Oh my God, I just don't like this guy. This guy's a freaking idiot. I would agree. I think he really thinks his shit doesn't stink. Let me tell you that much for sure. Tim Elgato is here. Chrome Dome Omega isn't the. Oh, you so bad. You so bad. Critical Libertarian, Easter Sunday, exactly. 81 million people voted for Biden. Well, apparently so. We're still not allowed to even. No, I do not, James Maxwell. I'm sorry. You don't like me. What am I going to do? We still can't talk about that particular thing on YouTube, so we're not going to. But the facts is the facts. Joe Biden is the president of the United States. More than likely, Donald Trump is going to run in 2024. And we haven't even hit the FBI raid, have we? No. Yeah, talk about an October surprise. I'm sure Sam Harris would agree. That's perfectly acceptable to do whatever it takes to keep Donald Trump from running again. That's really the theory there. The theory is that if they convict him on some crap, it makes him ineligible to run for president again. That's what they're trying to do. Now, if Donald Trump, and look, he's a flawed human being. He's not the Messiah. He's not God. But if Donald Trump is really as evil and nasty and Hitler-like, why would they be afraid to run against him? Why? If the American people hate this guy as much as Sam Harris does, I would run Donald Trump every freaking election because they'd easily beat him, wouldn't they? Indeed. Peter Stoughton says, Sam Smart seems like an immoral, useful idiot to me. I wouldn't go that far, but I would say, yes, definitely useful. All right. Let's go on to the Cheney. As you heard, you might, and if you're not in America, you probably don't follow this crap, but Liz Cheney was a big anti-Trumper. She's the daughter of former Vice President Dick Cheney. So I need to go shut off my oven. I'm cooking lunch. What do you mean you can't cook? You're a man. Okay, I'll play Russell Brand here for a minute. Hold on.
Donald Trump is the biggest threat the American Republic has ever faced. So says Dick Cheney in an advert supporting his daughter, Liz Cheney. Should the Democrats be loving on Liz Cheney? Should all of us be loving on Dick Cheney? Have we all forgotten who Dick Cheney actually is? Hello there, you 5.8 million awakening wonders. Thank you for joining me on this journey of awakening. There is a great...
Indeed, Russell. Indeed. This is actually pretty good.
light within you that you are cultivating, that you are bringing to the fore. You needn't be cast into the shadows no more. Turn on the notification bell because I've got a sneaking suspicion that the algorithm has turned against us. And I want you to know about every single bit of content that we release because we release it for you. It is your voice bouncing right back at you, which you might think would be useless, but hopefully it's entertaining.
Yeah, the left really doesn't like Russell Brand anymore. No. Not even a little.
And improved by hard facts like Dick Cheney, whether he likes his own daughter or not, is not someone who can just turn up on the television calling people evil without us pointing out that he did, under false pretenses, kill children.
In our nation.
Mr. Cheney was vice president of the United States from 2000 to 2008 with George W., the president. Yeah. Man hasn't really aged well, has he?
Nation's 246-year history.
They say don't judge a book by its cover, but if the cover of a book is "I'm an evil cross between the Emperor out of Star Wars,"
I'm looking forward to completing your training.
Now, what's distracting me here with Russell? It looks like he's got a feather back here. I don't know if that's his costume.
Arguing.
Hello, Daddy.
And just a snarling bastard. Then judge it by that cover.
There has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump.
Excuse me. Donald Trump is the biggest threat in the entire history of the United States. Well, that seems like a stretch, doesn't it, Mr. Vice President? How many wars did Donald Trump start? And how many did you and George W. start? And for that matter, H.W. How many?
Except, I don't know, maybe me, when I said that there was WMDs in Iraq when there wasn't, and then killed like a load of Iraqis and then profited through Halliburton. Like, look, I know loads of you love Donald Trump, and I know loads of you don't love Donald Trump, but I don't think there's that many of you that go, do you know who I miss? Dick Cheney. What I liked about him in particular was his snarling, downright evil. Now, I believe he's a human being and therefore an expression of the limitless light and love from which we are all
evil is word. That's yes.
Formed, and his love of his daughter as a father of a daughter, I could not be more sympathetic towards. But using that kind of rhetoric just reminds me how messed up American politics is. The Democrat Party is supporting Liz Cheney. Dick Cheney is opposing Donald Trump. In a sense, it seems like the whole system is invested primarily and above all else in preventing you, ordinary Americans, us, ordinary people, from having meaningful democratic impact on our own lives and political systems. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Yep. I'd say you're on the right path there, Russell. That's exactly. It seems like we have a uniparty at this point. It's the elites against us, the voter. That's it. You've got a bunch of elites that are in power. And I should have played more of that Sam Harris thing because what he went on to say, really go listen to the podcast if you can stand looking at that smug face of his for more than an hour. He said something like, well, Donald Trump, he just didn't follow the normal rules. I like it when politicians follow the normal rules. Yeah, look where we are, following the normal rules, normal politicians. Now, Mr. Cheney, as vice president, I think he wasn't he Secretary of Defense or something at one point? So he's had a long, illustrious career in Washington, D.C. But every once in a while, you can see he comes home to Wyoming and grabs his brand new hat and look at me. I'm a cowboy from Wyoming. Right. Mr. Cheney and George W. oversaw the Iraq War, starting in about, 2002, something like that. Millions upon millions of people were killed, including thousands of soldiers from the United States. Millions of civilians killed. For what? Allegedly, Saddam Hussein had something to do with 9/11. There's been no evidence ever linking Saddam Hussein to 9/11. But what do we care? We'll blow the place up, and then Mr. Cheney will make money rebuilding it. I know.
He tried to steal the last election.
I feel like I remember you stealing an election. Don't you remember that? If you're about my age or older, I don't know what you're. 2000,
yes. So I was at the airport in Chicago, just starting a new gig, and I'm waiting for the airplane ride back home, and it was election day or the day after, something on that, or I think it was the day after, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. They kept us up there it was like this company that I got hired onto. They sent us up to Chicago, I guess, to impress the new employees, and what we did was nothing. It was stupid. When I was, full time, they asked me, well, what did you think of the process? And I said, I thought it was an enormous waste of money. You didn't have to fly 14 or 15 people plus the guy and pay for all the hotel. The hotels are right downtown. It's like $300-400 a night, at least, plus all the food and all the to tell us about insurance benefits. We could have done. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's where I was when the hanging Chad business was going on.
Your age you are, but all that hanging Chads and all that stuff that went on in Florida. I mean, didn't they literally steal an election? Many tens of thousands of registered voters were purged from Florida's voters poll before the election in a deeply flawed process. Now,
The Supreme Court actually told them to shut down the counting. Now, I did vote for Bush, but I mean, again, you get into this. Which one's slightly less worse, right? I certainly was not going to vote for Al Gore. Although, again, compared to Bush, there really wasn't that much difference between them, to be honest with you. You know, Bush was supposedly this, he's Christian conservative, evangelical, believe in God, and all that. He didn't do shit about any of that stuff. He just used that as a lever to get himself elected. See, I gotta be religious and thump the Bible, and I don't drink, and everything's fine. Supreme Court stopped the recount, I believe, in the 2000. It was Supreme Court. It went on for, a few weeks, I think, after the election. And eventually, George W. was declared the winner.
As you know, I don't believe that Al Gore was about to save the world unless he was going to bore us all to death so that we couldn't operate our cars. But I still think that Dick Cheney and the Republican Party ain't great guys.
Using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him.
Well, again, we can't really discuss the topic, so I won't. But, okay.
Lies and violence. Could there be a better description of the Iraq war than lies and violence? Here are the lies. They've got weapons of mass destruction. And here comes the violence. Listen, why don't you just concentrate on that statue being pulled down and shut the fuck up? We all enjoy a statue being pulled down, don't we? Well, actually, we don't like that anymore either.
I think he's talking about the Saddam Hussein statue that was pulled down by the by the Iraqis. So, I mean, is the world a better place without Saddam Hussein? Yeah. Did you have to go and kill 1 million people to get that job done, to get him out of power? Did you? Apparently so.
Oh, fucking hell!
He is a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters.
Okay then, Dick.
Can you think of a more succinct depiction of a lying coward than a man that lied to the American people, causing the deaths of American service personnel, military personnel, in order to pursue what appear to be financial objectives? What could be worse than that? I can't think of anything. Oh, no, I just did. And he probably did that as well.
Yeah, Donald Trump didn't get us into any wars. So just with that one obvious important detail, Dick, you and W got us into a big old ass war. Trillions of dollars, millions of lives to get rid of Saddam.
He lost his election, and he lost big. I know it, he knows it, and deep down, I think most Republicans know it.
Actually, it wasn't that big. So.
Also, how can he not have enough self-knowledge to think, well, right, well, probably what's going to be good is if I go on video and support Liz. Listen, you bastard scum punks, you better support Liz Cheney. I'm Dick, cuddly old Uncle Dick Cheney. Merry Christmas. Donald Trump's a son of a bitch. He's not like me, a natural on camera, warm and full of light and life. I tip a hat to you, Mom. Now, if you need any Iraqi children bombs, just let me know, especially if there's a dollar bill in it.
Exactly. War is a money-making deal. I hate to say it. When you're fighting a war, you're spending trillions of dollars on arms, on equipment, on keeping soldiers, fixing them up if they get injured. Trillions of dollars. Somebody is making money during a war.
Guys, stop getting ripped off by your car insurance company and check this out. Okay, are you ready? All right, so let's take a look.
Lime green Jeep. That was.
Lynn and I are so proud of Liz for standing up for the truth.
Okay, yeah, Liz Cheney basically is one of the anti-Trump Republicans on this committee that's investigating January 6th. So.
doing what's right.
Well, she is for now, but then she's out in November.
Music as well. Grow up. What do you mean?
Beaten by 40 points or 50 points in Wyoming. Just got shellacked.
We are actual idiots.
Honoring her oath to the Constitution when so many in our party are too scared to do so.
Is that right? Or maybe they just have a different opinion of Mr. Trump than you do, dick. Maybe they like the guy. Maybe they thought he was doing some good things. Maybe they don't want another goddamn politician like you in there. Not that you're running. I'm saying when you were there, you were part of the freaking swamp, dude. You know that.
Liz is fearless.
What surprise she's fearless if she grew up with bedtime stories from him. Once upon a time. Ah! Ah!
She never backs down from a fight. There is nothing more important she will ever do than lead the effort to make sure Donald Trump is never again near the Oval Office.
Well, I mean, hopefully they come up with something. They've been investigating this thing for going on 2 years. So, you know, charge the man if he did something wrong. Get it over with here. Instead of putting on show trials in Congress they don't have the authority to do anything anyway. Oh, God.
Matter if he goes near it.
That would be the executive branch, the Department of Justice. Oh, shut up with your damn details,
and
hamster.
She will succeed. I am Dick Cheney. I proudly voted for my daughter.
Very essence of dumb rhetoric. I voted for my daughter. I hope you will. I didn't vote for her. I was too busy drinking blood from a coffin and punching an Iraqi kid in the face in order to make some money and some construction deals and some fuel deals. But then I did vote for her, actually.
I hope you will, too.
Let's remind ourselves, if such a thing were necessary, of the reality of Dick Cheney.
Yep.
After George W. Bush, Cheney pushed the intelligence community to come up with evidence for a link between Iraq and Al.
Saddam Hussein had no direct ties to Al Qaeda, says Pentagon study. Pentagon study based on more than 600,000 documents recovered after U.S. and U.K. troops toppled Hussein in 2003. Discovering no smoking gun, no direct connection between Saddam's Iraq and Al Qaeda. George Bush and his senior aides have made numerous attempts to link Saddam Hussein and Al Qaeda terror in their justification for waging war against Iraq and the weapons of mass destruction, which we actually sold to Saddam when he was the good guy because he was on our side in the war in Iran. You know how this all works.
Al Qaeda that never existed. Just remind yourself of that. There was no link. There was.
Oh, and the weapons of mass destruction were gas, the poison gas.
Wasn't one. America.
Though that's pretty much. But see, what the media did, as they are fond of doing, especially lately, they redefined what a word means. That's right. Weapons of mass destruction means nuclear weapons, not chemical weapons. See, he didn't have any nukes, so it was unjustified. I'm not saying it was. They used every damn excuse because Bush had a freaking boner for Saddam, apparently.
American service people died. Iraqi people died for no reason. Well, there was a reason. It was to make money. We'll get to that. The Iraq War caused 1.2 million deaths, including 4,500 U.S. service members.
1.2 million dead in Iraq. 5,000 of our warriors killed in this war that cost $2 trillion. And Dick Cheney is trying to tell us that Donald Trump is the worst threat to our country in the entire history of this country. I mean, you got to give the guy, I guess, a little credit. You certainly have to have balls to come out and say such nonsense.
Cost the U.S. taxpayers $2 trillion. Was it worth it, though? No. Cheney earned $44 million as CEO of Halliburton in the 1990s, despite having virtually no business experience. Have you got any business experience? Virtually none, unless you include wearing this hat and snarling. Well, can give you $44 million. That'll do.
Was he? I don't think that was during when he was vice president, right? I honestly don't know. Doesn't say. Okay. Well, that would be a trick. I'm not sure you could actually do that, right?
Snarling. Well, can give you $44 million. That'll do. Halliburton gained $39.5 billion in federal contracts related to the Iraq War. What?
So we're going to spend trillions of dollars blowing up the country and killing 1 million people. And then we're going to spend billions rebuilding it. Wow, isn't that nice?
A coincidence. This is from Jacobin. The Democrats marked the anniversary of January the 6th by remembering the breaching of the Capitol as an attack on democracy. Okay. Again, I have no strong view on that, whether that's a protest, an insurrection, or a riot. What I do have a strong view on is you can't treat something...
Well, here's the way I would phrase it. I think a protest is what happened outside the Capitol building. I think the riot happened inside. So you can peaceably assemble and protest your government, redress the grievances. It's constitutional amendment. Yeah, it's one of those things. But when you break into the Capitol, even if they were let in, even if they should not have done that, that's my thought on it.
Something as a desecration of a...
And I think Donald Trump should have been stronger in his words to discourage this from happening. I do. But I do not believe Donald Trump incited the riot.
Sacred space when American democracy treats people so appallingly, when the American Republic doesn't respect the people that it was founded to serve. Oh, our democracy, that's where we do all of our corruption from. This is the Capitol. This is where we receive all of our lobbying money. Pelosi's over there, possibly, allegedly, giving information to Paul Pelosi so he can invest better. How dare you desecrate? You came in here in a silly hat, you bastard. Oh, you think the democracy's a front just so that we can grant business favors to lobbyists and to the people that fund our... That Capitol building was there for a surprise birthday party and you ruined it. You're just like your father.
Yeah, Russell's pretty good. I kind of like his stuff. All right, let's look up some Liz Cheney crap while we have the window open here. Cheney. Let's see how bad she lost. Liz Cheney releases call to okay. Cheney's lost Biden's opportunity. Cheney releases concession call audio and tit for tat with her primary foe. Oh, who cares? She didn't win. I don't care if she has a concession. Who gives a shit? Liz Cheney at ABC News on Pence. I would hope he would do that. Okay. All right. Well, let's just look at the news and see how badly she lost. It was pretty brutal. Liz Cheney is raising money for her next effort already. Well, what effort would that be? Liz Cheney lost Wyoming. Couldn't even win her home state. Couldn't win her home state. Isn't that nice? Let's go. Opinion. Cheney's lost Biden as an opportunity. All right. Let's see. What's CNN? Oh, did you hear Brian Stelter got fired from CNN? Oh, my God. I lost the journalism. Tuesday's defeated Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney. Some might argue former President Donald Trump. Hostile takeover of the GEP is now complete. They might be right. So, yeah, it gets a little dry. But, I mean, you get what I'm saying. So, anyway. Yep. 32 trillion. Wow, that's a lot of money. Hey, John. Bullets for teeth. She got... Easter Sunday says it wasn't brutal enough. I used to live in Wyoming. I've been everywhere, man. Yeah, I like Wyoming. Actually, I probably would like to live there eventually. I just, it's really a neat place. It really is. Yeah, probably. I am not drinking. Thank you. No drinking. I have water today. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Might do something later. I don't know. We'll see. I should probably schedule these in advance so people actually know we're going to do something. But we'll see what happens. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.